Hello, Vinyl Community. It's Brian with you. Today's video is going to be part 2 of a video I did a part 1 for back in June. So it's been 5 months. And that video was on 5 bad or terrible album covers. Now, not everyone agreed with me. Some people did. Some people defended the album covers, which is totally fine and completely expected. But I chose 5 that I thought were awful. And from the list of about 30 or 35, I chose 5 more. So I'm going to talk about those today. And I will, again, come back, maybe not 5 months from now, and do a third part. So I'm going to start with a guy who might be described as grumpy now. I don't know. It's Van Morrison. This is called A Sense of Wonder, his 15th record from 1985. Now, I'm fully aware that there are people in the vinyl community, people that I follow closely, who do not like Van Morrison. I happen to like him for the most part. There's some things I don't like, especially some of the more recent stuff. There's the whole protest about the lockdown I thought was a bit silly, but let's look at this album cover. It looks to be a smiling Van Morrison peeking out from a hedge or something. It's clearly, I guess, airbrushed. Not only is it bad, it just seems like they put no effort at all into this album cover. There's the back. He's done much better. Even the Tupelo Honey album cover I thought was quite good. And this one, I don't know. There's obviously more bad covers to come from Van Morrison, but this one I think it's just weird. I don't understand how it relates to the album. Why is he surrounded by these leaves? Even the lyric sheet has leaves on it. So someone maybe discovered how to airbrush things or use Photoshop. I don't think Photoshop was around at the time, but a truly weird cover, and probably the worst one in the first 2 decades of his career. So that one's awful. Be interested to know if you disagree with me. The second one is from a band called The Fix, and this is called Shuttered Room, produced by Rupert Hine. This is the band's first record from 1982, and I will say that it contains my favorite Fix song, which is Stand or Fall. It also has Red Skies at Night. Those are 2 great tracks. But this album cover, I looked this up because I was wondering, does this mean something? Like, when I see this hand there, and I don't know, I assume it's a real hand, but it sort of suggests like maybe a horror film or possibly a serial killer, maybe some bondage motif, but I don't think it's actually a sexy image. I don't know, but I looked it up, and apparently there's a movie called Shuttered Room. It also was called Blood Island. It's about these people who go to this property in Massachusetts, I think, and find out that the mill has been cursed. Despite these warnings, the family intends to stay there, and what happens is there's something like a reign of terror, because something is still living in the attic, the shuttered attic room. And apparently there's a flashback, like the wife, remembers nightmares she had as a child about this place. So I don't know. I just, it's creepy. Maybe you love this cover. I just don't understand how it relates to the music in any way. So I don't like this album cover. No inner sleeve. Okay. Third one is from a well-known Canadian who he's a member of the Order of Canada, which I think is the highest civilian award, and also won the Governor General's Award for Artistic Achievement, which is the highest artistic award you can highest performing award you can receive in Canada. He's released, I think, 26 records, along with at least 1 EP, some live albums, some compilations. He wrote his own autobiography. So it's kind of a legend here. He's now 77 but living in the United States. So sort of a legend here. And this is his 10th record from 1980 called Humans, which is regarded as being both a watershed album and a watermark album, like maybe his best record. So here we have, like, I'm thinking, people do photo shoots for album covers and then they pick one they like. Now, imagine seeing a contact sheet of photos and choosing this one. I just find that I'm not trying to be too mean here, but I think of all the photos of Bruce Cockburn, did I even say his name was Bruce Cockburn? Of all the photos you could choose, why would you choose this one? I mean, this is a fantastic record. It's, I would say, the one that moves for him from folk music to a more electric rock sound. Here's the back. I've seen him in concert maybe 6-7 times. something like that. There's just lyrics inside, nothing really interesting in there. But oh, and this has, interestingly, I just remembered this. The lyrics are on the inner sleeve, but there's a second sheet with lyrics in French, because for many records he always included a song he sang in French. He stopped that at some point, but so he included French lyrics in here. So I just think they probably could have chosen a better photo from that photo shoot. Now next is an artist that some people may hate now, but used to like in the past, and he's sort of maybe a problematic, maybe a wanker, according to some people. I think people have lost patience with him. And I debated, there were two records I could have chosen from this person, and I debated, and I ended up with this one, but I could have chosen the previous one, and that is Morrissey, I Am Not a Dog on a Chain. Sorry, still in the shrink wrap here. The new studio record from, when is this from? 2020. So, you know, I was an enormous Smiths fan. I still am. I have some issues with Morrissey. But the thing that gets me is that all Smiths record covers, which were done by Morrissey, are fantastic. Even the 12-inch singles are all great. You look at them and you immediately know someone took time to think about this. They're all uniform in the way they look, and the artistic, I guess he had an artistic vision, it seems to me. But when you come to this record, it's like, probably it's out of focus. Well, is it out of focus? Just grainy. The angle is weird. Like, why would you choose that angle of all things? The name Morrissey's kind of in a weird color. The background color is weird. This would have been a better cover. So yeah, I don't know. I don't mind the inner sleeve, but it's just, oh, there's something else in here too. What is this? Oh yeah. Some more lyrics. So yeah, it's kind of a disappointing album cover, which is weird coming from him. Number 5 already. Okay, the last one is from 1985, and this is Eric Clapton, Behind the Sun. There's a painting on the back. So this is kind of a collaboration with Phil Collins, and maybe that is why we have this. I mean, this would have been a better album cover. So Phil Collins does play drums on here. And apparently when this was originally shown to Eric Clapton's crew, they didn't like it. They thought it was awful, but then they kind of warmed to it. And the weird thing is it's noted that Eric liked this immediately, which I find really bizarre, because maybe it's just me, but I actually don't like this very much. This album has Forever Man. I guess that's the one everyone would know. And it's from 1985, his 9th solo record. So, yeah, it didn't thrill me. And you may disagree with all of these, and if you do, just let me know. I'd be interested to see what you think. Thanks for watching.